Hello, and welcome back to today's episode of the Business and AI podcast. Today, we will be reviewing the chapter 6 of the book we've been talking about, Competing in the Age of AI by Marco ELCD and Karim Lakhani. And chapter 6 is titled Strategy for a New Age. And this chapter focuses on the evolving nature of strategy as digital networks and AI reshape the competitive landscape. So, first, let's discuss setting the stage for new strategies. The traditional approaches to strategy are rooted in industrial age thinking, where firms competed on cost, quality, and differentiation in relatively stable markets. However, in this age of AI, those strategies are no longer sufficient. The authors argue that digital firms have introduced a new set of dynamics where networks, algorithms, and data are the driving forces behind competitive advantage. This chapter outlines how companies must rethink their strategic approaches to succeed in this new landscape. The core message of this chapter is that strategy in the AI era is fundamentally about managing ecosystems and platforms, not just optimizing for internal efficiency. Firms must position themselves to leverage network effects, access to data, and continuous learning to outcompete rivals. So next we talk about the strategic network analysis, which they call a new framework. The authors introduce a critical tool called strategic network analysis to help businesses navigate the complexities of AI competition. This framework helps companies access their position in the digital ecosystem by analyzing three key factors. The first one, network effects, the second one, data access, and the third one, AI driven leadership. So we're just going to take this one by one. Network effects. In the digital age, the value of a platform increases as more users join and interact. So this is the network effect. Companies like Facebook, Uber, Airbnb are classic examples of businesses that leverage network effects to grow exponentially. As more users, data, and services are added to the platform becomes more valuable to everyone involved. This creates a winner takes all dynamic where the leader platform often dominates its industry. Now, let's talk a bit about data access. In the AI age, data is the new oil. Companies that have better access to data can make more accurate predictions, personalize customer experiences, and optimize operations. This creates a self reinforcing loop. The more data you have, the better your AI systems perform, which in turn attracts more users and generates more data. Now, let's talk about the third one, AI driven learning. AI systems continuously learn from new data, allowing firms to improve their products and services over time. Companies that excel at AI driven learning can adapt to market changes faster than their competitors. This adaptability is key in industries like e commerce, finance, and healthcare, where real time data can make or break a company's success. Now, let's look at Uber as a case study in strategic network analysis. The authors use Uber as a case study to demonstrate the power of strategic network analysis. Uber's core strength lies in its ability to leverage network effects. As more drivers and riders use the platform, the more valuable it becomes for everyone involved. But Uber's success isn't just about network effects, it's also about data and AI. Uber uses AI to optimize its pricing, predicts rider demand, and manage its fleet of drivers. By continuously learning from real time data, Uber can adjust its strategies on the fly, ensuring that it stays ahead of competitors like Lyft. The company's access to massive amounts of data gives it significant advantage in terms of operational efficiency, and customer satisfaction. However, the authors point out that Uber's strategy isn't without risk. As more cities introduce regulations around ride hailing services, Uber must navigate a complex legal landscape. This highlights a critical point. Even the most data driven companies need to account for non technical factors such as regulation and public perception in their strategic planning. Now, let's talk about reframing industry boundaries. One of the things the authors talked about. According to the authors, one of the most profound changes in the age of AI is the blurring of traditional industry boundaries. In the industry age, companies operated within clearly defined industries. Uh, we had the automotive, healthcare, retail, and so on. But in the AI era, these boundaries are dissolving. Digital platforms like Amazon and Alibaba, just for example, are expanding into multiple industries simultaneously, from e-commerce and logistics to cloud computing and entertainment. This trend is called recombination, where firms combine capabilities from different industries to create entirely new value propositions. For example, Amazon. It's no longer just retail, it's also a leader in cloud computing. We have the Amazon Web Service, a leader in logistics also, and also even in entertainment, we have Amazon Prime. The ability to operate across industries allow digital firms to tap into new revenue streams and scale their operations rapidly. The authors argue that traditional firms need to embrace recombination by leveraging digital platforms to enter new markets and industries. This requires a shift in mindset from competing within a single industry to operating within a broader digital ecosystem. So, next, we talk about the role of AI in strategic execution. AI isn't just a tool for automating processes, it's becoming the core engine of strategic execution in many firms. The authors emphasize that AI enables companies to make real time decisions based on vast amounts of data. This is a fundamental shift from the traditional model, where strategic decisions were often made through slow, top down processes. In the AI age, companies must adopt a more dynamic approach to strategy where decisions are made continuously and in real time. AI systems can analyze market trends, customer behavior, and operational data to adjust strategies on the fly. This ability to pivot quickly is crucial in fast moving industries like tech, finance, and retail. For example, companies like Netflix and Spotify use AI to personalize their content recommendations for each user. This real time personalization helps those companies retain customers and improve engagement, which ultimately drives their competitive advantage. So, next, let's talk a little bit about barriers to AI driven strategy. According to the authors, while the benefits of AI driven strategy are clear, the authors also have acknowledged that significant challenges that companies face in making the transition include legacy systems and organizational inertia. Many companies are still using outdated technologies and processes that weren't designed to support AI or digital networks. And to overcome this, companies need to re architect their operations and invest in modern data infrastructure. Another challenge would be talent acquisition. AI driven firms need a workforce with the skills to build, manage, and deploy AI systems. This often requires retraining existing employees or hiring new talent. companies that fail to invest in AI talent will struggle to implement the AI-driven strategies that are essential for success in the digital age. So we are going to be rounding up at this point with the key takeaways from this chapter. So let's just, quickly summarize it. First of all, this chapter says to embrace strategic network analysis. This means to understand your position in the digital ecosystem by analyzing network effects, data access, and AI-driven learning. Next, this chapter talks about recombine capabilities. And this would mean breaking down traditional industry boundaries by leveraging digital platforms to enter new markets and industries. This chapter also talks about adopting real-time strategy execution. This means using AI to make real-time decisions that drive continuous learning and improvement. Also, we talked about investing in data infrastructure and talent. And then we talked about navigating non-technical factors. For example, regulations or public perception and other non-technical factors in strategic planning. And this is where we end in today's episode of the Business and AI podcast. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. And I will see you on the next one where we talk about chapter 7, where we'll be talking about strategic collisions. An interesting topic, by the way. So I'll see you on the next one. Bye.